But real quick, I want to talk about Jimmy Butler because when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, it's Edward. What's good?" When I was watching the game seven, and Jimmy Butler took that shot with what was it, like 14 seconds left? He took the three. He was trying to take the lead, or maybe 17 seconds,
I
something like
think
that.
it was close to like 10 seconds. I think there was
Okay.
still enough time because he could have passed it down low, or he
Yeah.
actually could have taken out Horford to the rack.
Yeah. He could have done a bunch of different things. I guess if I'm Butler, I bet he goes back and he looks at it. He's like, all right, maybe I should have put my head down and drove to the basket. But I don't think that necessarily means that, he should have any regret or that he shouldn't have taken that three. I don't know if we've talked about it on this pod, but what's his name? Like Jeff Van Gundy. I think he's the biggest dork on the planet. And he was
Jeff or Stan, fat or bald?
the skinny bald dork.
That's
is what I'm
that's
thinking
Jeff.
of.
Jeff.
Oh
Jeff.
yeah, so Jeff Stan's dope. Jeff, like he's like, I hate that call, blah blah blah. And the guy, the guy agrees with him. I don't think it was Mark Jackson. I think Mark Jackson was the one who disagreed. He's like, no, like this guy just put everything on the line for not only 7 games, but all game this game. He probably knows he doesn't have much in the tank for an overtime, possibly even, more than one overtime. He's feeling himself. He's playing good. He wants that shot. Like, I don't think that was a bad shot at all. I'm like, yes, thank you. Like, so it really sucks because I love Jimmy Butler as a Chicago boy, but man, he could have, like, that's a 50-50 shot. I know percentages with Butler will say that's wrong, but it's 50-50 right there. Like, if he makes that shot, he's like the smartest dude in the world. So it goes both ways, just depending on how it is. But the Heat played well, and Boston's they've got that special sauce. There's something about the Boston Celtics. They're just so deep. They're so good. They're so versatile. And Miami, I bet you something big happens with that team in the offseason. We'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah, so to go off your thing right there, Jimmy Butler, that shot is 50-50, 100%. He didn't have gas. That team didn't have gas left. They weren't trying to go into overtime. They weren't trying to tie it. They wanted to win. And you want your superstar to take that shot 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
That's how it is. If I have a superstar, the leader of my team, he has an open shot where he has no one around him for more than 5 feet, take that shot. Take that shot. It just, and he was hot. He had a great game, and take that shot. Now, I think the one argument you could make is, could he waited a few more seconds so more of his teammates came down the floor, so he would have had the opportunity to get a rebound. His teammates could have gotten a rebound to get a second shot attempt up. Yes, but that's also just looking back at the past. You can't just live in the past. It's heat of the moment thing. Mm-hmm. This was a Heat team that was bruised and battered, and one could argue the reason they won was to tell Draymond Green to shut the hell up. But like you said, big moves are coming to that team, and I don't want to put anything here, but I feel like the Kyle Lowry experiment was a failure in the sense that Kyle Lowry, when it push comes to shove in the playoffs, yes, he had some good games, but he missed a lot of games. And we kind of saw that Kyle Lowry's over the hill.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if they go into this offseason and we might not hear any reports about it. But what if on free agency we hear a sign and trade involving Kyle Lowry as the salary to match and he goes somewhere? I wouldn't be surprised because Jimmy and Bam are the two guys they need to build around. You have at least 3 to 5 years with Jimmy. I think 3 years of Jimmy being good, 5 years of Jimmy being able to actually play. And you need to develop Bam because Bam seems like he could be a light version of prime Orlando Magic Dwight Howard. So I think you need to just build the roster around that and maybe get a third guy who's still kind of young who could develop. Obviously, the dream would be a Donovan Mitchell, which would be impossibly hard to get just for Kyle Lowry. But yeah, like you said, it's going to be interesting this offseason because the Heat are going to make moves, and I don't think anyone's going to see it. Like last year, we knew Kyle Lowry was going to go there. This year, I think people are going to be shocked by the Miami Heat, similar to 2011.
I'm not saying rebuild. But dude, like Lowry, 35 years old, they need somebody else. The good news for the Heat, Gabe Vincent's dope. They found a diamond in the rough there with Gabe. But Kyle Lowry, he just averaged like what, 8 points in the playoffs? I mean, in this
Duncan Robinson. I forgot they have to trade Duncan Robinson.
There's no one, like, he's not even played, dude. It's crazy. But you got a Kyle Lowry who's 35 years old, scoring 8 points a game in the playoffs. In the season, like, he was solid, but as the year went on, I feel like you could definitely tell age was catching up to him. Jimmy Butler's 32.
3 to 5 years.
I don't know if he's got 3 to 5 years. You're saying like he'll be at 37 possibly playing at this level?
No, 37, he's a role player. He can be a starter till he's 35. That's what I'm saying. He can stay on the roster till he's 37. I think he's a starter till he's 34, 35. Then I could see him being like that Andre Iguodala role till he's like 37, 38, where he's kind of like the leader. He doesn't really play in the regular season. They kind of save him till like the playoffs to be like the defensive menace. Yeah.
I wouldn't completely rebuild it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy or Bam isn't a Heat player next season.
I don't think Jimmy has continuously said it takes a while to figure out where you're supposed to be, and like this is home for him. And he is the Miami Heat culture. He shows up every morning at 4:30.
He's perfect.
Like I think Pat Riley has like sex dreams about Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler's everything Pat Riley wants out of a leader.
Yeah, that's fair. So
Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson got to go, and I think Tyler Hero will be dangled as a sign-in trade because Tyler Hero is going to be like, I want Duncan Robinson money, and they're going to be like, look, if we give you Duncan Robinson money, we won't be able to play you because you're a Jordan Clarkson.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Tyler Hero's cool, but
you get what I mean.
I wouldn't pay him. Yeah, I wouldn't pay him that much money.
He's a 6-man.
Yeah, defense can't do much.
You literally, even if he tried on defense, he's not even a plus defender trying. So at that point, you're thinking, damn, are you really worth 4 years, $90 million, 5 years, $90 million, whatever it is they can offer him? No, you're more worth a Jordan Clarkson contract, which was like 4 years, $50 million.
Yeah, that'd be a fucking steal.
I mean, that's when you think about it, that's what Jordan Clarkson on. And you're like, that's not actually that bad for Jordan Clarkson, paying him only like $12 million a year.
Yeah, that's super solid because I think Hero's better than Clarkson. So
yeah, and Clarkson's the former 6-man of the year.
Yeah.
So I just think right there, I made a video about that. I was like, they're going to try to give him Jordan Clarkson money. He's going to try to use Duncan Robinson's paycheck as like leverage. And they're going to be like, look, if we give you Duncan Robinson money, we're going to have to get rid of you.
Yeah.